Sometimes, we're asked to walk a path we never wanted, one that feels impossibly heavy, filled with memories and longing. The journey of saying goodbye is never easy, and it's a road we all must travel at some point in our lives. Saying goodbye to someone we love is one of the hardest things we'll ever do. It's a moment that can feel overwhelming, but it's also a time when we come together, united by shared loss and shared love. A funeral marks this journey, but it's more than an ending. It's a gathering of hearts. It's a space where grief and gratitude meet, where stories are shared, and where the presence of loved ones brings comfort. In that quiet room, love is the most important thing present. The silence is filled with memories, and every flower, every gentle touch, is a reminder of the life that was lived. We rarely talk about loss until it's upon us, but a funeral gives us a way to face it together. It's a chance to lean on each other, to find strength in community, and to begin the process of healing. It's a tradition for a reason. It helps us heal, offering a space to express sorrow, to remember, and to honor a life. We gather to remember, to share stories, and to honor a life that touched ours in countless ways. Here we'll explore what a funeral means in America, simply, gently, as the final story we tell for someone who's gone. Each tradition, each gesture, is a way of saying, you mattered and you are missed. It's a story told with tears and smiles, with memories and love. Funerals are filled with both sorrow and celebration, as we remember the laughter, the lessons, and the legacy left behind. We'll look at the steps, the traditions, and the small moments that make each farewell unique, and we'll see the ways families make this tribute personal, through music, photos, and cherished keepsakes that tell the story of a life. A funeral is not just about death, it's about the enduring strength of love. It's about the bonds that remain, even when someone is gone. It's a promise that no one is truly forgotten, as long as we remember them, and that every goodbye is also a celebration of a life well lived. At its core, a funeral is a ceremony, a formal pause in life to honor someone who mattered. It's a gathering that marks the end of a journey, and the beginning of a new chapter for those left behind. Funerals are not just about saying goodbye, they are about remembering, reflecting, and coming together as a community to support one another. For a few hours, a community gathers to acknowledge a profound loss. Friends, family, and even acquaintances unite, sharing stories and memories, offering comfort in the face of sorrow. It's a public announcement of private sorrow, a way to say, this person was here, they mattered. The act of coming together helps us realize we are not alone in our grief. Funerals serve two purposes, honoring the person who died and supporting those left behind. They give us a chance to express our love, gratitude, and sometimes even regrets. Through words, music, and ritual, we celebrate a life and begin to accept the loss. Rituals, whether religious or personal, help us process emotions that can feel overwhelming. Imagine a ship leaving harbor. The funeral is that final wave goodbye. It's a symbolic moment, a transition that helps us let go while holding on to memories. It gives us a moment to focus our emotions, to grieve together, and to start healing. In the presence of others, our pain is witnessed and shared, making it just a little lighter. Without it, grief can feel endless and isolating. Funerals remind us that mourning is a universal experience and that support is available. Across cultures and time, people have marked the passing of life, because we need to. These rituals connect us to our ancestors and to each other, bridging generations through shared experience. In America, traditions may vary, but the heart remains: love, memory, and community. Whether simple or elaborate, every funeral is a reflection of the life it honors. A funeral gives our grief a place to go and lets us share its weight. It's a ritual that helps us move forward step by step. It's a container for sorrow and a space for comfort. In coming together, we find hope, resilience, and the strength to carry on. An American funeral often follows a familiar rhythm, a sequence of moments that help us honor a life and begin to process our loss. Each part of the ceremony is designed to support those left behind, offering comfort and a sense of order during a difficult time. It begins with a visitation or wake, a time for friends and family to gather, offer condolences, and say personal goodbyes. This gathering allows people to share memories, express their grief, and support one another. The atmosphere is often quiet and reflective as loved ones come together to remember the person who has passed. The main event is the funeral service, held at a funeral home or place of worship. Here, the community unites to pay tribute, drawing strength from shared rituals and the presence of others who cared for the deceased. During the service, the person's story is told through heartfelt eulogies, prayers, readings, and music. These elements celebrate the life lived, acknowledge the pain of loss, and offer hope for healing. The words spoken and the music played help mourners reflect on cherished memories and find comfort in community. Afterward comes the committal, a solemn procession to the cemetery or crematorium, and a final farewell at the graveside. This transition marks the moment when we physically part with our loved one, surrounded by the support of family and friends. Whether burial or cremation, this act marks the physical release and acceptance of loss. Placing flowers, saying a final prayer, or simply standing together in silence helps mourners acknowledge the reality of death and begin to let go. Each step has a purpose: visitation for personal goodbyes, service for collective remembrance, committal for acceptance. These stages gently guide us through the process of saying farewell. These rituals guide us through grief, providing structure and closure. They remind us that we are not alone and that our feelings are shared by others who care. They help us move from sorrow to healing, offering moments of comfort and connection. Through shared tears and gentle smiles, we begin to find hope again. Together, these traditions create a path through the darkest valley, helping us navigate the pain of loss and find our way forward. They give us a beginning, middle, and end to saying farewell, allowing us to honor a life, support each other, and take the first steps toward healing. The most meaningful funerals reflect the person they honor. Families add personal touches, favorite songs, cherished stories, and unique memories. Eulogies become collections of anecdotes, painting a vivid portrait of the person's life. Friends and family share memories, from fishing trips to inside jokes. Photo montages and personal items like a favorite book or a pair of gardening gloves bring their story to life. These details transform the funeral into a true celebration, not just an obligation. They soften grief with gratitude for a life well lived. The final memory becomes one of joy, love, and personality. Personal touches ensure we remember not just the loss, but the richness of the life. No one should grieve alone. A funeral is a gathering of community. People come from near and far, united by love and shared loss. Their presence says, "You are not alone." Support comes in handshakes, hugs, shared tears, and simple words of comfort. After the service, a shared meal brings laughter and stories, reminding us that life continues. Community support extends beyond the funeral. Meals, calls, and small acts of kindness help families cope. Grief is isolating, but community breaks down those walls. Each gesture lets in light and reminds us we're cared for. A funeral mobilizes this network of love, creating a safety net for those who mourn. Together, we help each other carry the burden of loss. Why do we gather for funerals despite the pain? Because a funeral is a bridge from the life that was to the life that will be. It's the first step toward healing, honoring a life, and finding peace. By sharing stories and memories, we ensure a person's legacy endures. Funerals give grief a voice and a place, allowing us to mourn openly and begin to accept loss. They don't erase pain, but they help us live with it. In the end, a funeral is a story of love, born from the love we had, and carried on through the love we share. We gather to remember, to support, and to find strength together. We say goodbye, but also thank you for the love, laughter, and time we shared. In doing so, we carry our loved ones with us, always.